Okay, so this video is gonna be a collection of all of my older sketchbooks. This one is my current one. So in the last 2 years, I've been sketchbooking quite consistently. But I also wanted to show you guys an old sketchbook to show you guys how I sketchbooked originally, how my process has evolved, how it's changed, how I'm improving. Yeah, let's begin. I will start in chronological order from the first and earliest one to the most recent. So this sketchbook is the oldest sketchbook that I still keep in a positive light. A lot of my older sketchbooks in this are kind of really young, like I was 13, 14. It was like really crappy art, but this sketchbook was the first sketchbook that I kept where I was like, I'm gonna keep this sketchbook for the rest of my life. So you can tell that I have kind of done a lot to this sketchbook. I've made it dummy thick. It was just like a really cheap, shitty sketchbook. It's actually the same sketchbook that I'm using currently. So this is what it looked like when it was new. So yeah, I've done quite a lot to this sketchbook. So I added in these charms. As you can see, the binding is like destroyed. I added in these like Aztec looking charms. I was always into making my sketchbook look really old and unique. As the cover deteriorated on its own, I didn't like, my parents would never let me buy stickers because they were like, it's such a waste of money. So I printed out this little sketch because I couldn't draw hands at all back then, and I ended up like taping this in here, like there wasn't enough tape on the binding. I put this in from this old file folder I had, and then this hair tie. I drilled a hole here and then hot glued the hair tie inside there. Was it a brilliant idea? No, it makes the book super chunky and hard to use. But in like a little 16-year-old me's head, I was like, this is brilliant. Like, how did you come up with that? You're a genius. So anyways, if we open it up, do you hear that? This book is ancient. So here's the first page, doodles, and I stuck this little sticker that says ruins on it. I love how there's all of these animals going everywhere, and I added these little guys. I used to draw these little ghost looking guys, like these little avatars, with my friend Yoshika in art class in grade, what grade was this? 7? 8? You know, the date should be here somewhere. This was February 2nd, 2016. So I would have been 15. Oh wow, I was young. Okay, that makes this art even more impressive, to be honest, because I thought I was like 17, but I was only 15. So I used to be more into the pen art stuff. Here's some authors that I really admired. They did a lot in that ink pen art style like this. This was me and Yoshika. We made a code. What? Don't live every day like it's your fucking last. Oh my god. Instead, just ignore this shit and try not to kill yourself. Okay, thanks. I was I was 15. Yeah, moving on. This is the type of art that Yoshika would draw. Beautiful. And she was really into like Copic markers and colors and stuff back then, which I was so unaware of like anything in that genre. So that was just like the coolest art ever to me, and I loved keeping her art in my sketchbook because it always served as like an inspiration. This next page, hands. I just really could not draw hands for the life of me back then. As you can see, this sketchbook is quite scrapbooky. I used to be really into that. Sorry, sorry if my commentary is getting like, I don't know what to really comment on these kinds of videos. It's just me looking back and giving way too much detail, and I don't know who really cares about this, but If anyone's watching this far into the video after this much rambling, I appreciate you. Thank you. Please stick around. This was a bunch of reviews for our sketchbook that we got from our art class. This one is the one that my brother did. He said, I like the cover, it's cool, it's very textured and sketchbook-like. It's black as ebony, it shines, sparkles like Edward Cullen, anonymous friend. Please don't kill me. P.S. It was the only thing I could praise. And then he signed it. Which, if that's not sibling core, I don't know what is. This page just ripped out, which is great. There's a lot of papers here, but I covered a lot of things on purpose. So I'm not gonna go into the details. To be honest, when I was learning drawing, I used to not anime characters like this. Like I drew this, and I drew this, and I drew this. I drew this. This was for art class. Where is it? This was when I was just getting the hang of realism, and proportions were really hard for me. So I could draw the hair, but if I drew the hair, I couldn't draw the face. And if I drew the face, I couldn't draw the hair. And my logic was like, if I leave it unfinished, then there's so much potential. Whereas if I finish it and it's not satisfying to me, I have to live with that. Like that's the maximum it can be. Not sure if this is making any sense, but yeah. A lot of these drawings, this one is kind of creative. This one, I used to have really long hair. I still have, I know it's quite short now, but I love my hair. I'm growing it back out, and this is how it made me feel. And this was a map of me as an artist assignment. Oh yeah, my BTS phase, my Arizona fair, at lunch, me and all my friends would go, ooh, I love this drawing. It's so intricate for a 15-year-old. Like, I think I sort of slapped on this. This was my first ever pen drawing. I remember this. I did this in math class because I don't do math in math class, and then I wonder why I'm so bad at math. But you know, ooh, this is interesting because I'm drawing a tree at this moment, and I had forgotten how to do like this stuff. But looking back on this, I remember this is really like easy actually. If you make a mistake, just pretend the line ends there. I remember this. I forgot what this was from. You know what? I'm actually gonna take this and stuff it in my getter done. I love that. Love that. I'm gonna stick this in my new sketchbook because I don't have, yeah, because I didn't stick anything from here into my old sketchbook. So at the time, I was really proud of this. Anyways, I'm gonna start going a little faster because I feel like I've been being in love with you. Seems like a really bad idea. This is like a good idea. It was gonna be something. And here's an old family picture. And yeah, that's basically everything in this 16-year-old sketchbook of mine. So here's the next sketchbook. A little bit of a time jump from the previous one, but I hadn't been really drawing in between, so not much of a skill jump. I love this sticker so much. So cute. I love Baby Appa. I love this sticker. Oh, I've had so much coffee, by the way, so if I'm like more cracked up than usual, like that's why. There's some things that I can and cannot say because my family watches these videos, but here is when I was drawing realism so much more often than anime, that realism started to become easier than anime. And I realized it was because when you draw cartoons, you have to make sure to keep certain proportions intact so it flows together better. Whereas when you draw in person or in using a real life reference, you just have to make sure it's accurate to the reference. Like when in doubt, refer to the reference. You don't have to really make up a lot in your mind. So if you're feeling kind of brain fried, like it's easier. I don't know. Let me cover that. That's embarrassing. Let me cover that. That's also embarrassing. There's a lot of, I don't know why I drew Mob Psycho and Ur. I hadn't watched either of those shows back then. I really like this. This was a good day. I drew my friend's car, and I love the way this drawing turned out. Like it looks like something out of a dream, you know? This is actually my friend's favorite drawing that I've ever done, like ever. And I can kind of see why, like the more I see that drawing, like it really grows on me. This drawing is really disproportional, but I spent a lot of energy on it, so it's not too bad. But let me cover his name in case he doesn't want to be known. But yeah, I went straight in with the pen too. I didn't really use any guidelines. I went straight in with the pen on this too, but because it's a little more flowy, like you can cover up mistakes easier. This is what it looked like when I first did this. Doesn't this look amazing? Doesn't this look like the reference image that I've referenced this off of? Because that's how much better this looks. Yeah, but I just kept going until he looks like, I don't know, I was gonna say something really inappropriate. This was when I first went bald. In my next sketchbook after this, I got obsessed with my hair growth, and I kept drawing it after it would grow like an inch so I could document my hair journey through art. I kind of stopped doing that now because I'm comfortable with my hair length and I'm not as like, grow an inch, go 1 more inch, please, 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 please. Nah, this ticket rubbed off, but I probably don't remember that movie. My friend drew Cowboy Bebop, I drew Cowboy Bebop. This was another room I was moving to at the time. This was a visit. This was not 15 hours, that's a lie. I just wanted to pretend like it took me more effort than it did. I love this Michael D'Angelo thingy. I think it's so like aesthetic. This is my hand drawing skills back in the day. Okay, I'm gonna stop singing that, I'm sorry. And it is more than half empty because of course it is. It's my brother and my mama. And that's everything in this. I'm obsessed with this sticker. I wish I like didn't use it on this sketchbook so I could use it on a sketchbook I really treasured, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna do anything about it now. But this was another like really shitty, cheap sketchbook. You can tell because the binding is just falling apart. So I decided to invest in some good sketchbooks. So I bought this Moleskine one, which I was under the impression that this is a sketchbook, but it's actually a plain notebook. So the papers are really thin and I had a really hard time like getting used to it initially because, you know, I spent like 50 bucks on this notebook. So I was like, oh, it's gonna be my first not cheap, shitty sketchbook. And then it was shitty as a sketchbook. So I was like, this is the kind of paper I expected. And this is the paper I got. Let me find a page that's not stuck to anything. Oh, guess that's gonna be hard. Yeah, see? I don't know if you can tell from that how flimsy it is, but it is pretty damn flimsy. So I have a sketchbook tour of this sketchbook up on my channel, so I'm gonna just skim through it really quickly. Say my thought here. See, you see me documenting the hair growth thing. Say my thoughts if I have any. You know, my portraiture drawing skills really weren't that bad. Like, I remember when I drew these, I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. But looking back, This is so cute. This is like when I first started exploring with colored pencil, because I got a set of Prismacolors right around the same time I got this sketchbook for my birthday when I turned 23. Yeah, so oh my gosh, it really hasn't been that long. Like, I've filled so many sketchbooks in like a year. I really like this drawing, like the tape with the tape lines on it. I think this is super cute, and I like this drawing, though I could have done the frame like 7 times better. This just makes me realize how many times I move, because almost every sketchbook I have like a new room that I was decorating. More BTS. This was from, what show is this? I forgot. More documenting hair growth. One of my first ever commissions. I really like this drawing. Can I just skim? There's not much left in here. This is a drawing that I did for a commission that I still haven't handed in. It's been over a year. But then I went on vacation, and then I moved, and then I moved again, and yeah. Oh, Thomas, whatever that guy's name is him. Another friend, a baby. I think this is Liam Hemsworth. Some random guy, but drawn better. Central C. I love this guy. And that's basically everything in this sketchbook. Some celebrities. A really ugly strawberry. Wow. Some quick face sketches. And that's it. And then there's the drink some water sticker on the back. Okay, so this sketchbook was literally the most recent video on my channel right now because I did a Moleskine sketchbook review. I'm gonna literally skim this because, again, this was my most recent video and I've shown this sketchbook so many times. I don't wanna keep showing this sketchbook. This sketchbook is a lot of one piece, a lot of indulgent art, making art truly for myself. I did not care if I was improving, but I started carrying the sketchbook around with me everywhere, and I noticed that other people pointed out that I was improving a lot and that my art style was improving and stuff like that. So I kind of ended up caring about improvement a lot, and then I started using new materials like colored pencil, which I never used before, and I really enjoyed it. So this is when I started taking art seriously. This drawing was a turning point for me. I decided, you know what, I'm an artist, and I called myself that out loud for the first time, and I decided that I was gonna roll with it. I was gonna actually put an effort in and see how far it takes me. So that was the sketchbook right before my improvement sketchbook. And then I went on vacation where I decided to spend the entire time, 4 months basically, just drawing, improving, and working on myself. So that is this sketchbook, which I also have a tour of up on my channel, so I'm gonna skim this one as well. So I know this is quite zoomed in, but bear with me. So this was started on January of this year. So now from 2016, we're on to 2024. So here is some of the art that I do now. I'm gonna just skim this because, like I had mentioned, very repetitive to really be talking about this, and I feel like I have the same talking points because that's what it reminds me of when I see it. So yeah, just skimming through this. This was the first time that I was back in a sketchbook of this size after so long. And oh, I love this drawing. I love this drawing. It itches apart in my brain. I like this drawing too. Sorry, I didn't mean to just go quiet. I just trying to get through the sketchbook because I know y'all are tired of seeing the sketchbook. Like, I know I've toured this many times, but in my defense, I was really proud of myself as I was, like, you know, working really hard. So drum roll please. This is my current sketchbook. I love her. She is the cutest. I was saving this little strawberry drink sticker for this sketchbook, and I'm back in my really shitty $5 sketchbooks. I think it's all about the artist and not the materials. So it actually kind of is satisfying for me to use really cheap supplies, because I'm almost even more proud of the work that I can create, knowing that I basically put myself at a disadvantage. So yeah, don't like, my brain just farted. So I like this drawing. I took it from my old sketchbook because every time I look at it, it makes me happy. But this isn't like, you know, I didn't spend hours and hours on this drawing, so it's not something that I feel like is gonna make my old sketchbook less aesthetic if I took it out. So yeah, and then I drew this in here. I keep sticking paper in because I drew these strawberries to test out the paper. As you can see, this is where the paper from my old sketchbook stops, like this rip down the middle. And here you can see the strawberry drawn on this page and the strawberry on this page. I wanted to see how the markers would interact on this page, and to be honest, like, I learned nothing from this experiment. I drew the first strawberry, hated it, and then drew a second one and thought it looked so much better, and that was my only takeaway from this experiment. This eye, I can't tell, like, I think I improved, but because the eye is so small and like the whole drawing is so small, I like this size. Oh, this is really fun. Oh, these pages don't even lie flat. God, I mean, you get what you pay for. So this sketchbook, this sketch, you see it quite often. It's that Pinterest girl with the scarf that everybody draws at some point. She's really aesthetic. It's something about the pictures just so like proportional and fun to draw. And I drew her like, let's just say super sober, and I ended up like loving how it looked, like super controlled and neat, whereas this one is a lot more flowy and, dare I say, emotional. And I drew this a little under the influence. Here's another old drawing that I just stuck in here, again just to kind of remind myself that I'm quite skilled. I'm lazy. So sorry, my phone is so low on storage, it keeps dying, but this is another old drawing that I stuck in here. I don't remember what I was saying, so don't know if I just said that. Here's, just gonna skim the rest of it. This drawing I found really peaceful. It's just the fact that they're all asleep, the fact that her hair starts off short and then her hair is super long, like it's going down. It's something about this just makes me feel calm. I love drawing hands now, which is nice because I used to not know how to draw hands at all. So this, you just saw me put it in from an old sketchbook, and there's just some extra paper, some loose paper, an old commission, toned paper, there's some watercolor paper in here, and stuff like that. So that's basically everything in my sketchbook. Anyways, I'm gonna end this video before my phone dies yet again. So thank you so much for watching. This was about 6 sketchbooks to get through, and I know that was kind of a lot, but if you enjoyed it at all, please don't forget to leave a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe if you're interested, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, have a great day, and see you later. Bye-bye.